Welcome to week 4 of the hydraulics course. Just throwing you up a simple, uh, cordial introduction to week 4. Week 4, we'll really start getting into the nitty gritty and doing some calculations. The module really goes into and describes the relationship between force, pressure, and area. All three of those items work together in determining each other, if you will. To get force, uh, you multiply the pressure times the area to get the area. You divide the force times the pressure. They're all related, and we're going to start using them. We, we'll probably review Pascal's law in a tailgate, I believe it is. I want to say can't get enough of that, but I guess, we've really talked about it. I want to see if you can go into depth this time on week 4 tailgate, maybe show some examples or some things like that. Let's continue. You're doing, for the most part, I think we're doing pretty well on our discussions. It's just, uh, we want to make things interesting if we can. Uh, and of course help each other. Once we get into, we'll be going through some calculations prior to the tailgate, so we'll have a lot to talk about in the calculations and as they relate to Pascal's law. So we're going to start out with area. We're going to start out learning to determine the area of a circle. Uh, Most cylinders, actually, I would almost say all cylinders, at least like I've seen on heavy equipment, are round. They're linear. They work back and forth. That's where the linear term. Now, like a hydraulic motor would be rotary. It would be work off a rotary flow, and create a rotary action, such as a swing on the excavator cab. So after we become comfortable with circles, which I'll show you a couple of different ways of calculating them, we'll move on to force calculating. And I think, I'm not sure about the order, but we'll probably start with a single action cylinder, just calculate the force of it. I'll have a little drawing of a single action, and we'll discuss it a little bit, but mainly what we want to get out of it is how to calculate a certain force or a force out of there. Then we're going to go to the double acting cylinder, and that gets a little complicated. I may have discussed this in another video. I looked at that video, and I used my overhead camera to just write that out, and it's really a little bit difficult to read, but I think the video coming up on the double acting cylinder and the single acting cylinder and the circles formula, there's a lot more clarity. I tried to type most of it so it would be easier to read. Thing I'm showing you in the background, I'm not going to talk about. It's just pretty simple. Your basic hydraulic system, reservoir, cylinder over there on the right, and probably a valve in the center, directional flow valve kind of situation. I just thought I'd throw it up here for background because that's about all I got to say on this review. Glad you're here. If you haven't completed your assignments in week 3, well, I'm just going to think you're going to have completed them. So again, if you run into problems in understanding these calculations, or you see I've made a mistake in my math, or please don't hesitate to call. It does not embarrass me to be wrong. So just let me know. Okay, so with that, I'm going to just stop this a little short. How do you do? And we'll move on to better things.